G'day viewers and welcome to a very different episode of Life Off-Road. Today we're in Dargo, in the centre of the Victorian High Country, and we're here for a very important reason. Rural Australia has suffered incredibly. The drought, fires, floods and of course COVID. It's time to do something for rural Australia, and that's why we're here in Gippsland. We've come here to spend locally, support local businesses, and our adventure today starts in Sale. So let's get on the road for the Dargo 4-wheel drive TV empty Esky run.
My name's Will Connolly and I've joined up with 4-wheel drive TV for the empty Esky challenge. We're going to be inviting the local fan base from 4-wheel drive TV to come and join us too, to spend money in these local communities and bring some happiness and some smiles. So let's do this.
We started off in Sale. We had a meet and greet around about 9:30 with probably about 30 different vehicles. It was fantastic to see all the families, kids, enthusiasts, and a lot of young families, which was really fantastic. All really dedicated four-wheel drivers and some really good rigs.
To be honest, at first I didn't actually know what empty Esky was, but it's quite self-explanatory. You know, you bring your empty Esky out and you stock it up in local shops. It really is a fantastic initiative by 4-wheel drive TV to include the public as well.
Been through Sale heaps, never actually stayed the night there, but being able to come out and see a whole bunch of people that came to meet us is awesome.
There you go. Got some nice Piranha off-road cups. Come in handy on all those camping trips.
Can I have one?
Of course, man. Great to see a lot of the people who joined us, locals, people from all over.
We've had a pretty awesome time so far.
Yeah, it was good.
Quite leisurely.
It has been hard times here with the bushfires and drought and the lack of tourism. So thank you, and I really appreciate you coming here.
When it comes to 4-wheel drive trips, I'm a little bit of a planner. So the idea of an empty Esky run to me was a little bit outside the box.
Our plan is to head from here to Stratford, stop in there, get some fuel, get some supplies. Grant from Piranha has said he'll pay for anybody who's got a Piranha mug, he'll pay for your coffee. If you've got questions for us, anything you need, let us know. But let's go and have some fun supporting rural Australia. So let's go and spend some money. Whilst it's called an empty Esky run, the old Esky and ice is a little bit dated. We're all running powered fridges now in our vehicles. We've got the Mike Ormans locked and loaded. Let's go and fill them up.
The whole idea of this is to promote the local towns and spend money.
The great thing about stopping at all these small towns is generally people, when they're on their way to a destination, head straight through the town, don't stop for petrol, don't stop for coffee. So it's really good to stop along these little places and actually see what the towns have got to offer.
So we're heading to Stratford now, the first little town where we're going to go and spend some money.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of buying?
Oh, let's get some food, I'm pretty hungry.
We sailed to Stratford.
Well, we sailed because we had tyres that were working. I've got to say a big thank you to Greg Carmody from Carmody Tyres. We had our tyres repaired in Melbourne and had a very wobbly trip up to Sale last night. The 2 tyres that we got back were not in complete balance. Greg from Carmody Tyres, you saved the day. Thank you. Now I'm heading over for a coffee.
Every place you stop, they've got a different bean, different grind. Really enjoyed my coffee today, so all coffee out for the day.
Welcome to the bedroom there.
We discovered the best coffee in Stratford. I think the coffee was... Am I allowed to say the coffee was way better in Stratford than Sale? No? Okay, I won't say that. Had to buy the beans.
For me personally, coming down here to help support these communities means a lot. It gives you a good feeling, a good fulfilling feeling, helping other people. I believe that's a pivotal point in any human's life. It's a good feeling.
It's a different atmosphere to the city. They look you in the eye, they smile.
We're spending locally today and tomorrow. Got a big crew, got to feed them, got to keep them all pumped.
We're going to hit the road and go to the next town.
Wasn't it supposed to be raining today?
Yeah. I was quite amazed to see so many cars show up.
We didn't count, sorry.
There's probably about 30 vehicles in this convoy. I'm not sure how many there is. We're winding our way now up to Dargo.
The windy road, the front.
Oh, my darling, welcome to Dargo.
Dargo.
Dargo make me lose my mind up in. You gonna sing along there? No. Oh. Look at the cars, this is fantastic. So good to see.
There's a few here, Simon.
I'm always happy that we get to catch up, but what drove you to come down here to catch up with us at Dargo today?
Mate, I saw your post on social saying that you were going to do an empty Esky run, and I just thought, what a fantastic idea. There's been quite a few people say they're going to do this sort of stuff, but no one's actually following through with what I've seen anyway. The four-wheel drive community as a whole are typically an awesome bunch, you know. It doesn't matter what the calamity is, whether it's fires, floods, COVID, you put the word out there and they'll come out in droves, and this is just a great example of that.
My name's Steve. Quite often watch you guys on YouTube and stuff, me and the young fella. Quite like your show. Always trying to promote four-wheel drives and get everyone together, which is really good.
I have you on the Facebook page, and I decided to come up here and help support the town and get on the convoy run. Seen you guys on Instagram, just here to enjoy what you guys have got to offer.
Great idea to support these local communities. Even the last 2 years, to be honest, from the fires right to COVID, to get back out here and to get out with a group of people like this who share a common interest. Absolutely, it's brilliant.
It's a good place, nice pub, good camp area, nice river out the back. Look, the empty Esky run isn't a new concept, but I've brought mine along, my 75 litres. He's completely empty and ready to head over to the general store and hopefully get a few bits to fill it up.
Hi, I'm Kerry. I own the Dargo General Store with my husband Peter. We've owned the store now for 3 years, and in that time we've been through some significant natural crises like fires, drought, COVID. When you're in Dargo, please come in and say hi to us at the Dargo General Store. Peter and I will make sure that we supply you with all the necessary requirements to explore our backyard.
Homemade sausage rolls are really good too. General store.
Again, as part of this empty Esky run by 4Wheel Drive TV, we hit a private property, which again was a great experience. It was really not worn, and there's a lot of overgrowth, so it was a great experience to get the cars out and see what they're capable of.
I've done lots of four-wheel driving, I've done lots of private properties, I've done lots of trails, but this was something different. Going up some of these hills, it literally didn't feel like they were going to end.
Go on, do you want to tell them? No, okay, you did the driving, I'll do the talking. It was like a winding driveway, and then we turned left up the hill. The view was to die for. Absolutely awesome view.
You can even see how close we are to town.
Shit. 300 metres now. So we've gone 100 metres already up from where we started. Nice easy drive all the way up to the top of the hill.
By the time we got up the top, we could see for kilometres and kilometres, all different valleys, and it was just an amazing view.
To look across the valley towards Dargo and across the hills, absolutely amazing. Out towards the west, towards Melbourne.
And the fact that the rain held on while we were up there was just perfect.
It was raining and you had those dark rain clouds heading below us, looking north, beautiful sunshine across the valley. It was just amazing.
such a great view across the valley and Dargo region, which is a view you actually don't get anywhere else.
Absolutely awesome view. You could see the Dargo Hotel, you could see the entire valley. You just understand why people come to this area.
We're overlooking this valley here, and everyone's having a great time coming up here and have a look around. It's just awesome.
Tell you what, how lucky are we to get access to a place like this? This is special. Have a go at that.
Hit a couple of tracks on private property just outside Dargo, which was great.
Going down on the other side of the hill was a little bit more fun.
Look at that view. Absolutely stunning. Look down there. Wow.
Look at that.
That is stunning.
We took quite a steep descent down a fire trail, essentially, with a lot of washouts. And it was great with so many vehicles. You know, there was everything under the sun, from Tritons, Hiluxes, Patrols, Land Cruisers, everything.
Bit of a windy track, lots and lots of rocks, lots of dirt.
Simon had to go first because apparently it hadn't been used for a while, so he had to clear the bush track. There were two 200 series there and a few nice looking cars. Easy peasy.
It's great to see every car using those low range gears to help them get down these steep descents.
Well, of course, you're not going to come to the Victorian high country and not expect to encounter some hill climbs and descents, and Simon's found an absolute cracker for us here. I've selected first gear, low range, locked it in, just feathering the brake pedal as necessary because it does tend to run away being an automatic. But just keep the speed down and plenty of space between me and the vehicle in front.
So low range, low gear, and just took it nice and easy down that track.
I'm not touching the brakes, not touching the throttle, just crawling down.
My first time four-wheel driving, and hopefully throw myself in the deep end and get on one of these awesome rigs and a four-wheel drive track.
We had an opportunity at the bottom to turn around and head back up to the view up this steep descent. And again, a lot of cars struggled going up there. There was a couple of really steep washouts that every car that went through just made it worse.
It had gotten so chopped up and it was just so soft. It wasn't an easy climb. And here we were thinking we were going for just this meandering drive on a nice property, but wherever Simon goes, there's always a bit of action and a hard hill.
We weren't expecting the tracks to be that difficult. No one deflated their tyres. But as soon as some of the guys started getting stuck, everybody was out there and dropping the presses a bit just to give them a bit more traction.
Very, very loose gravel. If you didn't have enough momentum, you could lose traction, and a couple of the guys had trouble getting up that hill. People with diff lockers were able to lock their diffs and get a good run up, no problem.
We were fortunate enough to have pilot seat view of a Triton really struggling up and having a few shots, and it was great to be able to watch this Triton really use every bit of mechanical ability it had to get up. But just punched it, really gave it everything. He hit the washout and sort of launched over.
Yes, I did get stuck. I wasn't expecting to get stuck, so I was kind of quarter of the way through the pack, and the first 5 or 6 chopped the track up in one particular spot, gave it some wombat holes and some nice big sharp rocks in there. Came over to the pinch point, I bellied out, I just couldn't go any further, so I had to roll back down and give it herbs to get up the hill.
That's the bit they're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Where everyone's got stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Ready?
Say a little prayer.
We're towards the end of the convoy, and you could hear the guys getting stuck, and eventually Simon had to come down and guide them through.
Slippery sections of high country track like this are notorious. They're awesome fun, but you've got to hit them with that little bit of momentum. If you go too slow, there's just not enough traction. You're going to slip on the dusty terrain, you're going to slip on those stones, you've got to keep the momentum up. Another car coming up now, stock standard. You've got a set of muddies on though. Let's see how he goes. Woo! Great drive, well done. I bet you're loving that.
It's good now that everyone's out and about, and you can see the four-wheel drive community is really getting into it now. I mean, it's one of them families, I suppose. Everyone enjoys it, and just the freedom of getting out in the bush, really.
As you accelerated up the hill from first gear up to second gear, just keep that momentum, but not go stupid. You didn't want the wheels to spin up and lose traction, so you had to be very steady on the throttle.
As we're driving, I'm having a look around. It's a beautiful view up there, and still wasn't really knowing what to expect, but as we started going up the hill in the final leg and Mark's just slammed on the accelerator and just gone up, just gone bumpy, like mate, big smile on my face. A lot of fun, loved it.
That's an average day here in the high country, and the best thing is we get to head to the Dargo pub for a feed. Let's get into it.
We were very fortunate to have access to private property today. We had a convoy of 25, 30 vehicles. A lot of guys have joined us for the trip, which is great to see. Going up a couple of tracks down the other side, very steep.
It's like the Sound of Music backdrop.
It does.
Yeah, wow.
That's really beautiful.
We proceeded down and out of the valley, just on dark, back to Dargo for a nice feed and a drink.
Kids didn't trust Dad to drive. Had to go with Simon.
Yeah, it looks much bigger from inside.
Nice drive. Definitely nice drive.
Yeah, we sort of hold out in the tracks. They haven't got one bit of dust on there, no mud. It's really poor shot.
You got any mud on yours?
Yeah, you want to?
I don't see any mud today.
Okay, see, Matt, this is dust. Matt, there's cow on the mud flat.
You asked Elise, I was dodging it.
Were you?
Around.
It was like cow patty, oh, cow patty.
We didn't bring any food, nothing in our Esky, so dinner at the Dargo Hotel. Great fire going there.
The pub is the hub of this joint. It just really is, it always has been. In 1898 it was established. The first hotel burnt down within 2 years. Then this hotel was built 2 years after, and still the original building. We used to own this establishment 94 through to 2000. We sold the whole lot, bought the whole lot back, enjoyed it that much. The hotel here itself, it's just an iconic place. Back in 94, 95, 96, bugger all people would be coming here. But today, busy weekends, we'll do 500 meals a day, not a problem.
We came here early because they said there were 200 booked in for dinner. We ate here last time, it was amazing.
We did suffer through the pandemic. We're sitting here going, what's next? How long's this going to go? We thought we'd never ever see the joint open again. We have up to 25 staff here, cleaners, kitchen staff, bar staff. When it did close down, the staff come and help us to no end. They just felt sorry for us. And it's not just feeling sorry for us. It is a community. It's just a great place to be.
Because I stayed out of the path that everyone had taken.
You did.
I was dodging it.
The only reason he came on this trip because he kind of asked me, he says, Dad, can I take the Alex with my mates? Yeah, so I got ulterior motives in the background, yeah.
So I found out about it on Facebook. My wife's mentioned there's 4-wheel drive TV crew coming up, which is great. That sounds good. Beauty. Esky Run, I think, should bring an idea. People will watch this and go, hey, let's go to Dargo, or let's go to these little communities and give them a hand. I think it's a really good idea.
We're back next week with day 2 of the 4Drive TV Empty Esky Run to Gippsland. We're spending big to support rural towns, raising awareness for regional Australia, hitting a few 4Drive tracks and getting the new guy stuck good and proper. Join us for more fun, excitement and good deeds next week on Life Off-Road.